By the end of this video, you will know exactly why artists like Chagall and Matisse never wanted to leave this village. I will show you every single art spot, from the perfume shop where Matisse designed a bottle to the hotel filled with Picasso's paintings. And trust me, you won't believe what happened to me in this tiny village. Hi, I'm Satomi, a Japanese artist based in London. 3 weeks ago, I quit my full-time job and set off for the south of France. Now I film how places and moments reshape creativity, and then I share what I learned along the way. I had this ping on my Google Maps with just one note: Saint-Paul-de-Vence Art Town. That's all I knew. Then this ad pops up on my laptop: former Impressionist painter's house. And I was just like, oh wow, this is perfect for me. I didn't even think twice. I booked it immediately. Because here's the thing, Impressionist painting is why I started painting in the first place. I had to feel that famous Southern French light myself. So I get a taxi from Nice with no idea what the village is really like. And when I get there, it's like stepping back in time. I'm just standing there with all my stuff, looking at this gorgeous little house covered in climbing flowers and thinking to myself, I can already tell this is going to be a special time. Inside, up these impossibly steep stairs, is this little studio room. And in the corner, an easel. I kept thinking, this must be the easel the artist used. The artist was Paul Brusset, a mid-20th century French painter. I'm not going to talk about him in this video, but maybe you could check him out. The next morning, oh my word, I wake up and the window is glowing. Sunrise light is pouring through. Pure gold. The kind you see in paintings and think, this can't be real. I push the window open and see olive groves, vineyards rolling down the hillside, and in the distance, a glimpse of Mediterranean. I nearly cried. I'm not even joking. You see, Saint-Paul-de-Vence isn't just some pretty village that happened to attract a few artists. Since the 19th century, it's been this magnetic place for creativity. Marc Chagall lived here for 19 years and is buried in the local cemetery. Picasso was a frequent visitor. Artists like Raoul Jeffy and Paul Signac painted and stayed here during the 1920s and 30s. There's something about this place that just echoes to artists. That light inspired me to start my own art pilgrimage. That first morning, I was wandering the maze-like streets, following a smell of fresh bread from a bakery. And walking with my pastry, I just thought, I'm literally walking where Picasso walked. You feel that history everywhere. At the village entrance, you will find La Colombe d'Or, an iconic family-run hotel restaurant where artists like Picasso and Matisse once paid for their meals with paintings that still hang on the walls today. I actually booked a table there, but after a weird service experience, I ended up leaving. I was a little bit sad, but honestly, I'd still recommend it to any art lover. On another morning, I took a short trip to nearby Vence to see this chapel that Matisse designed. The Chapelle du Rosaire. We spent 4 years on it, every single detail. The architecture, the stained glass, the murals, even the priest's vestments. He was 81 when he finished it, called it his masterpiece, and died just 3 years later. When I walked into that chapel, I honestly couldn't move. The light coming through those stained glass windows was just, I can't even describe it. I was so moved that I actually went back again the same day. I couldn't take photos then, but I think you can now. And while I was in Vence, I also discovered this beautiful mosaic by Chagall in one of the churches there. With the light coming through the windows and illuminating the mosaic, it created a dreamlike atmosphere. Chagall really knew how to create these magical spaces. On my way back from Vence, I popped into this little antique shop, just following curiosity. A beautiful table catches my eye, so I ask the shop assistant, "Could you tell me about this?" She smiles and says, "That belonged to Paul Brusset." Wait, what? I'm actually staying in his old house this week. We both burst out laughing at the coincidence. Turns out that shop is closed now, which makes that moment feel even more special. And the magic kept happening. In the village, I walked into this perfume shop called Curated, and the staff told me that in 1925, Matisse himself asked the perfumer there to create the scent for his muse.
So the founder and the nose of this perfumery, he was really close friend to Matisse, Chagall, Picasso, actually, Prévert. And so one day, Matisse came here in the boutique and he was with one of his muses, so Henriette Darry-Carrère. And she fell in love with this perfume, Folie Bleue. But because she was one of a kind woman, she decided that she really liked this perfume, but not in any bottles. So he made a special one for her, like a shaped one, to fit in her dress pockets. Because she was a dancer, so she really wanted to, fit in her pocket like this, and then continue to dance.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you. And then what was this one?
Well, this is only the
scent is the same as that one.
It's exactly the same formula.
Yeah.
Check the spelling.
Yeah, it was really good. I already tried that.
So in that one, there is violet, cardamom, and cedarwood.
Mm-hmm.
The violet comes from the village of Tourette-sur-Loup, so it's just next door. And everything is 100% natural.
How cool is that? Next day, I visited the Maeght Fondation, this incredible art museum just outside the village. It was France's first private art foundation, created in 1964 by these art dealers who were personal friends with the artists. There is a courtyard packed with Giacometti sculptures, mirror ceramic works. It's a must-visit place if you like 20th century modern art. I spent some peaceful time at their cafe, surrounded by all that beautiful greenery, just reflecting on everything I was experiencing. And very close to my foundation, there is this place called Fondation Maeght. The foundation was first established in Brussels in 2012. It's a contemporary art space, but it's also accommodation. The incredible thing about it is they have this jump-proof demontable house. It's like stepping into design history. Originally designed as a prefab home, and now it's this quiet retreat where you can actually stay. They also run residency programs for artists too. One day, the weather changed. It started pouring, properly dramatic, moody rain. And after a while, it stopped. The air felt fresh, and the village looked different. I walked through the streets. There was hardly anyone around, and the usual buzz had faded to a gentle hush, almost like everyone was drifting through a dream. Back in my room, filled with that strange, peaceful energy, I sat down in the chair to catch the ideas before they slipped away. I opened my sketchbook and drew. When the page was full, I looked at the easel in the corner and thought, this is it, my moment. I set up my canvas where I imagined Paul Brusset once painted. For the first time in ages, I wasn't thinking about London, deadlines, or noise. I was simply present, listening to what I actually wanted from my art, from my life. On another day, I set out to explore the village galleries. Saint-Paul-de-Vence is dotted with brilliant independent galleries. Gallery Kathleen Ishert, Gallery Pogoni, and the Virginia Gallery, which is run by a relative of an old London colleague. I was so surprised when I found that out. Some spaces are run by galleries, others by the artists themselves, and then I spent hours chatting with them, connecting with the local scene. I befriended an American painter in the village named Gwilison. One day, he said, "Satomi, I've got something I want to show you." He led me to this empty storefront. "You could turn this into a studio and then study your paintings right here." The next morning, I rang the estate agent. It just kept ringing. I tried again. Nothing. And then I thought, maybe it is a sign. But honestly, if they had answered, I might have moved there. Looking back now, that week feels almost dreamlike. I enjoyed every single moment I spent in Saint-Paul-de-Vence. Every morning when I woke up, seeing that beautiful sunlight streaming in, the magical view felt almost unreal. I was just so grateful that I was able to be there for a week. Some places don't just inspire you, they change you. They show you possibilities you never knew existed. That's what Saint-Paul-de-Vence did for me. It reminded me how vital it is to take time with myself, to really pay attention to what sparks something in me. Experiencing this place with its unique light, colors, and atmosphere, so different from what I experienced in Japan or London. It fed something deep inside me I didn't even know I was searching for. After this incredible week in Saint-Paul-de-Vence, I headed to Cannes for a whole month, which turned out to be equally inspiring in completely different ways. By the way, I have put together a complete illustrated guide with all the amazing art spots from my 2 months in the south of France. It includes details and backstories that I couldn't fit into videos, and it's designed to be enjoyed as much for reading as for reference. Perfect if you are not lovers interested in the south of France. Your support helps me continue this creative journey, and I'm so grateful for it. You can download it from the link below. I can't wait to share other stories with you in my upcoming videos, so don't forget to subscribe to follow this journey. And I love to hear from you. Has a place ever shifted your perspective? Let me know in the comments below. I always love reading them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.